Chapter 59. Habang pauwi na sa Cebu ay yun lamang ang nasa isip ko. Ang pagtatalo namin ni Alina. I couldn't say her own version of the truth didn't hurt me a bit nor bothered me the least. But the hardest pill to swallow was the fact that she chose her truths on my expense. Sa lahat ng mga nangyari ay hindi ko kayang magalit sa kanya dahil kapatid ko siya at naniniwala akong naging bulag din siya sa mga nangyari. Kung maaari ay gusto kong ayusin ang lahat, hindi lang sa aming dalawa pero sa mga pamilya na rin namin. What happened earlier was beyond me. I never thought she could think so ill of me that I'd result to be what she accuses me of. Dahil hindi ko yun nagawa sa kanya. Hindi ibig sabihin ay hindi niya rin gagawin sa akin. Alina held my childhood trauma against me. My loneliness as a child, all my pain and suffering, and even my depressing teenage years of running away from home. She believed so strongly that those were my reasons, and it caused her family to rupture and her only love to slip away from her. I, her blood, the product of sin, was the root of all evil. And what would you do if this creature still roams on the surface of the earth? Ang paniwalain ito sa kanyang mga pagkatalo at pagkasira sa buhay. At hindi na ito makakatakbo pa sa problemang bata pa lamang ay tinatakbuhan na niya. And the worst, she even scheduled a fucking therapy. All my life, I looked up to her. She helped me through so many times that all I wanted to give her was my respect as a sister and as a woman. Naaawa lang ba siya sa akin noon kaya niya ako tinutulungan at kinakampihan? Or did she share her toys and dresses to me out of boredom? Awa at kahinahan ko lamang ba? Did she ever even thought of me as her sister? A human being that also feels and loves, and not just some sad story she can share to someone? Buong araw akong nasasaktan dahil sa nangyari. Pagka-uwi sa bahay ay kakaibang pagod ang nararamdaman ko. I could feel my eyelids drooping as I made my way towards the kitchen. Sinundan ako kaagad ni Nanang Telma. Oh, Chris, ginabi ka. Nakauwi ka na pala. Nakita na ba kayo ng papa mo? Tanong niya habang umiinom ako ng tubig. Kadadarating ko lang po ng akit na po ako. O siya, sige. Ipapakyat ko na lang ang hapunan mo. May gusto ka bang ipaluto? She was out of earshot by the time I could even think of a response. Tinungo ko muna ang kwarto ni Papa. Dahan-dahan ako sa pagbukas ng pinto dahil baka nagpapahinga na ito. Ginabi rin kasi ako ng uwi dahil hapon na nung nakaalis. Mamaya ko na lang tatanungin ang mga kasambahay kung nakainom na ba siya ng gamot. I slowly opened the wooden door just to see my father sleeping peacefully on his side of the bed. Patay na ang mga ilaw ngunit sapat na ang liwanag na nagmumula sa labas galing sa mga nagpapatrolya. Marahan ang paghinga at bahagyang nakaawang ang bibig. He looked so calm, as if the world itself lives in tranquility. Papa, if your heartbreak still haunts me up to this day after years and years, how did you endure during that time? Kung ako na anak mo ay sobra na ang hinagpis ngayon, paano ka pa noong mga oras na ang taong inaakala mong kasanggam mo sa lahat ay mas gusto ng ulit bumuo ng pamilya kasama ang iba? I heard how you fought for me to leave eventually, even if you both did not want me at first. You were the one who pursued with the pregnancy while I fought too in the womb of my mother. That was my first fight. But technically, our first fight together. Amongst our fights against each other, that followed soon. I wish I could just rest. This world was too cruel to you and me, Papa. And I was so terribly tired of everything. Pagod na akong ipaglaban kung ano ang gusto ko dahil hindi ba? Kapag ang sa atin ay sa atin talaga, hindi na dapat natin ipaglaban pa. Things would fall into our hands naturally without trying. And what must be ours is ours without having to hurt someone. In the honor of our Father, what was for us should be given in peace and serenity and sincerity. I only wish to be in peace and in sincerity. Sinarado ko na ang kwarto at tumungo na sa akin. Sa kapaguran ay nakatulog na ako kaagad at hindi nakakain. The heartaches of yesterday woke me up this morning. Matagal ko na namang alam kahit itulog ang sakit ay hindi mawawala kinabukasan, pero umaasa pa rin ako. I did my morning routines lazily and only climbed down when I felt hungry. Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, 12:00 na po. Masiglang salubong sa akin ni Ingrid. Para bang hindi ko alam yun at tuwang-tuwa pa siyang sabihin. Nakaluto na po ng tanghalian pero aantayin ka raw munang magising, sabi ni Gov. Hindi na niya kayo pinagising kanina kasi late na raw kayong dumating kagabi. Dagdag pa nito. Tumango-tango ako sa kanya, kunwaring nakikinig habang gumagala sa kitchen. Nagugutom na ako at mas lalo lang lumala dahil sa naamoy na ginisa. Nanang Telma! Gising na po si Ma'am Chris! Nanang! Halos pasigaw ni Ingrid. Ay naku, halos tirisin ko si Ingrid na namimilipit ang boses. Hindi maganda ang gising ko tapos nagugutom pa ako. Gusto ko sanang kumain na para makapag-relax na sa aking hammock. Gising ka na pala, Chris. Nasa garden ang papa mo, kausap yung bisita mo. May sinang dumating na si Nanang Telma. Ako po? Bisita? Opo, ang gwapo, ma'am. Halos magtitili na naman si Ingrid. Napaawang ang aking bibig. Kaya naman pala, kanina pa aligaga itong isang to dahil may bisita. Akala mo naman ngayon lang nakakita ng tao. Oo, Chris, nandun sila sa hardin. Kanina ka pa nila inaantay. Sige na, ani Nanang Telma. Kanina pa naman ako gising. Ayoko lang bumangon. Ay, napabuntong hininga na lamang ako at tumungo ng garden. Palapit pa lamang ay narinig ko na silang nag-uusap. Nakapalibot ang iilang bodyguard sa hardin at bahagyang inaanunsyo ang aking pagdating. I thought it was Sian since he visited me regularly when I'm home, but it shocked me a bit when I saw Gab. He was talking to my father casually like it was one of their golf matches. He looked pretty in our garden with his casual clothes and that dangling Ray-Bans on his collar. Good morning, I greeted quietly, suspiciously eyeing on Gab. Tumango siya sa akin ng makahulugan. Iha, how was your sleep? Late ka na raw dumating kagabi, sabi ni Papa. Nang uupo na ako sa tabi ni Gab ay pinandilatan niya ako kaagad. Napakamot na lang ako sa ulo nang umikot akong muli at tumabi naman sa kanya. Muling bumalik ang kanyang ngiti. I rolled my eyes. Yeah, hinapon na kasi ako nakailis. I had to do something. Hindi ko halos matingnan si Gab. That's fine, kaya hindi na rin kita pinagising dahil baka pagod ka, si Papa. Halos habulin ni Gab ang aking mga tingin. Thanks. Pa, uminom na ba kayo ng mga gamot nyo? Yes, Iha. Well, naisip kong magstay na rin muna sa bahay. I was looking forward to having breakfast with you but I had breakfast with this one over here. Tinapik ni Papa ang balikat ni Gab. Napanguso ako. I suddenly remembered the first time Gab and my father shared the meal together. It was very awkward. I thought Papa would walk out but he didn't. Hindi naman sumuko si Gab sa mga sumunod pa. At lahat yata ng interesanteng bagay para sa isang senior ay alam niya. Okay. Magpapahanda lang po akong lunch dahil gutom na ako. Tumayo ako. Nagkatinginan kami ni Gab pero pumihit kaagad ako paalis. I could feel my whole back burning because of his stares. Kumain kami ng tanghalian dito sa garden. Mainam na rin at presko para sa masarap na sinigang. I kinda missed having these lunches with my father, plus Gab was here, so I was kind of feeling better. Nang matapos ang tanghalian ay nagpaalam muna si Papa na may gagawin sa study niya. Naiwan kami ni Gab. Ang plano ko tuloy na mag-relax sa hammock ay kasama siya. Well, of course, he sat on chair a few meters from me now that almost all of our bodyguards kept on wandering around. Hindi naman yun ganoon kadalas, pero ngayon lang. Napairap ako sa hangin. Si Papa talaga. You weren't answering my texts and calls last night. I was told you boarded the plane in the afternoon, he said after a while. I readjusted his Ray-Bans on my eyes before sighing. What else did your bodyguards tell you? A bunch of snitches, I muttered. Hindi ko lang talaga nasagot dahil magulo ang isip ko. Medyo nag-guilty ako ngayon. Dapat ay sumagot na lang ako at sinabi kong nakauwi na ako. Kung siya itong hindi makapagsabi ay baka nagkagulo na. Ang sabi mo sa papa mo kanina ay natagalan ka dahil may ginawa ka. What did you do? Tanong ni Gab. Halos umirap ulit ako. Pakiramdam ko ay makikita niya yon kahit na nakashades ako. Nanghuhuli lang yan kaya ganyan magtanong. Waiting for me to slip. I don't need to tell you because they already did anyway. Why are you here? I hated how my tone sounded too angry. Ano nga ba ang kinagagalit ko? Gab sighed a few times and remained quiet. Matapos ang ilang saglit na pinalipas niya ang galit ko ay saka siya muling magsalita. You were not replying to any of my texts and not answering my calls. It's already then midnight. Still no answer. I got worried. Am I not allowed to get worried? Tanong niya. No, but you'll fly from there to here just because you're worried? Tanong ko din. Paano kung ako naman ang hindi nagre-reply at hindi sumasagot? Inaway mo na ako at baka nag-iiyak ka pa. Si Gab. He sounded as if he was the one who did it better. Tinanggal ko ang shades at naupo para tingnan siya na para bang nahihibang na siya. He raised a brow at me in a challenge. Our staring down contest lasted a minute or so, but I was the one who gave up first. Fine. Mahinang-mahina kong sabi, nakabaling sa iba. Baby. Baby? Say it louder. He softly called. Fine. I repeated but only a little bit louder. Again, please. He called again but softer. Fine, maayos kong sabi. Satisfaction was written in his eyes. He reached for my hand and gave it a little squeeze then let it go. Muli akong nahiga para matingnan ang langit. This was becoming a habit of ours recently. It was always not so successful like this one. Kung sino ang dapat na umamin sa sarili niyang mali yun at mag-apologize. He did mostly the adulting stuff like making sure the argument won't last that long, and my apologies mostly came out rude or silent, like fine or okay. I guess he's okay with the progress we're making. Now, back to it. What did you do yesterday? Tanong ulit ni Gab. Matagal akong nanahimik, nakatingin lang sa langit kahit masakit. Nang tuluyang masaktan ay pumikit na lamang ako. Nagkita kami ng kapatid ko. I started in a little voice. It was another long silence before I continued. We went to a resto downtown and ordered. We just talked and we didn't even eat a damn thing. I figured Gab was just waiting for me to continue and so I did. No more secrets and no more planning alone. It's us now. So we said many things to each other, hurtful things, and I got hurt. She did too, of course. I breathed it out as I remembered all those things. And that's it. Pagtatapos ko. Gab let me be for a few minutes before holding my hand again. I felt his lips there before he let it go again. Thank you for being honest with me. I'll be honest with you too. I got scared after they told me you went with her just before your flight. I couldn't trust myself with that thought, so I came here. His voice went deeper as he chuckled, humorless. Akala ko, iiwan mo na naman ako. I smiled, the pain away as I showed him my hand where his ring sat. Gab, we're already engaged. Pwede pa rin. His eyes wrinkled a bit when he tried to smile. The pain came back again. I left him too many times in this lifetime that he couldn't even trust himself. That falls on me alone. My little smiles turned into giggles for no reason. I heard him chuckle a bit too, as if we're making fun of his dilemma. It got quiet for a while. Yung mga pagaspas na lang ng dahon at huni ng ibon ang naririnig. I promise to stay by your side. I breathed. He looked at me with so much intensity that even when we're halfway across the world, I will still be by your side. Sabi ko. And what do you mean by that? Tanong niya. It means I love you at all times. Even when you are in another country or feels like it because we just had a misunderstanding. It means I will still love you even if we stop choosing each other and make mistakes. Pagtatapos ko na tinaasan ko siya ng kilay. I said it. And if I get to say it again in another chance, I would. Sobrang sarap magdeklara ng isang wagas na pagmamahal sa taong alam mong wagas din ang pagmamahal sa'yo. It's the greatest fucking feeling in the world. I already made a mistake and you chose to love me still? Patanong niya. Yes. I smiled sadly. Huwag mo na lang uulitin, parang awa mo na. Huwag mo akong pagurin na magmahal dahil pagod na akong masaktan. Yun na lang ang tangi kong nasabi. Only the love remained that if that faded too, then I didn't know what would ever become of me. Naaalala ko noon, ilang araw bago kami tuluyang magkaayos ni Gab, ilang beses niyang sinabi sa akin ang buong katotohanan. How his supposed marriage to my sister Alina Thomas got postponed and eventually cancelled. They did get engaged, but it was before they even met. The Thomas Industries indeed got back in shape after Gab assumed chief executive. He bought it percent by percent and now the company name was in the dirt, but technically, most of its projects and operations were now under the Damiano Group of companies. He saved it, in a way, but mercilessly. Marami kaming pinag-usapan noon, mga katotohanan na pinagkait sa akin hanggang sa mamatay na ako sa sakit. I have yet to see the point of telling someone the truth after they've already been burned. Merienda, sir? Si Ingrid. She appeared out of nowhere smiling like an idiot. Sa kinakapunan, umuwi na rin si Gab pagkatapos namin mag-usap para hindi na masira pa ang oras namin ni Papa. Medyo naging maayos ang pakiramdam ko at ilang minuto, ilang luto lamang ni Nanang Telma nung weekend ay masigla na ulit ako. Ilang araw din bago ako nakabalik sa Maynila dahil nawalan ng pasok ng ilang weekdays. Wala pa rin pasok pagbalik ko at nakaisip ako ng idea. Sobrang ganda ng idea ko habang tuwang-tuwang kumakain kasama si Gab. Mag-hello ka kay Ninang mo! Marami ng utang sa'yo yan! Cindy shrieked in joy as she handed me her chubby 3-year-old son. Hi, baby! Ang cute naman nito, Cindy! Parang hindi nagmana sa'yo. I laughed as I pointed to Japet, her boyfriend. Sabi niya ay magpapakasal sila this year dahil nag-iipon pa. Malamang hindi ako kamukha niyan. Ako kayang naghirap at yan lang ang nasarapan. Kung hindi pa man sa amin ang lahat ng atensyon ay nakuha ng lahat ni Cindy. Japet tried to put his hand on baby Lance's ears. The poor baby. Habang karga ko at inuuto ang bata ay ginisian ko si Gab sa tabi ko. Kausap ang iba pang crew ng bistro. Parang nung dati lang kapag nagpapamiting siya. At nung dalaga pa lang si Cindy at ako. Yung mga dating crew niya at mga katrabaho ko ay tuwang-tuwa habang nakikipagkamustahan. Imagine their shock earlier when we surprised visited them. Nalaman kong hindi lamang sila masaya dahil maging ako ay masayang-masaya sa pagbabalik namin. Nako, sir, miss na miss ko ho kayo. Umalis kayong puros map ang hawak ko. Ngayon, nag-improve na, syempre. Basahan naman. Waiter na ako, sir. Ivan kept on raising his hand to Gab. Akala ho namin di na kayo babalik. Parang nung umalis si Chris, umalis na rin kayo. Yung isa pang staff. Namiss ka rin namin, Chris. Ikaw ang pinakamaganda sa buong bistro. Sabi din ng isa. Mukhang si Gab lang naman ang namiss nitong crew nyo eh. Humahalakak na lamang ako nang maalala kanina ang mga mukha nilang nung pumasok ako kaagad sa lumang kitchen. Parang iba yung mukha nila. Pero, nag-group hug kami roon ng ilang mga dating crew pero syempre ay nalagas na rin ang iba. Sa ngayon, ang namamahala ng bistro ay si Cindy at si Japet. Hindi na bumalik ang dati naming amo nang tuluyan ng binili ni Gab ang buong bistro. Nung umalis ako ay pinagkatiwala na lang ni Gab ang lahat kina Cindy. Nako, kahit nung umalis ka, bumabalik-balik yung si Sir Gab. Baka kasi isang araw daw maisipan mong bumalik. Tawag nga ng tawag eh. Bulong sa akin ni Cindy. Ngumuso ako habang nililingon siyang nakikipagkwentuhan sa crew. Kayo pala talaga hanggang dulo, ano? Anya sabay kurot sa aking tagaliran. Kayo din pala ni Japet. Binigyan ka na kaagad ng souvenir para sure. Sabi ko naman. Napairap na lamang si Cindy sabay kurot sa buhat-buhat ko pa rin si Lance. Pasalamat siya. Medyo cute siya kaya naging ganito kagawa po ang anak namin. Paanong hindi ko kasi sasagutin kung umaga pa lang kinukulit na ako. Nagre-reklamo ka pa. Gusto mo rin naman. Ako naman ang sumundot ng tagiliran niya. Kamusta na si Sir Gab? Magaling ba? Ha? Ako? Sabihin mong lahat, Chris. Gigil na gigil niya ako kinurot sabay tawa. Tinakpan ko na lamang ang mga tenga ng bata habang natatawa na rin. Nilingon ko si Gab na kanina pa panay ang lingon sa akin. Humarap pa ako lalo para makita niya ang karga kong bata na malapit na yatang makatulog sa dibdib ko. I mouthed some words and he shook his head. Natawa na lamang ako. The bistro was closed early. Nagpahanda roon ng kaunting salo-salo. Sinulit ko na ang tingin habang nagkakasayahan at nagkakantahan. Ito ang naging unang daan ko para sa tsansa sa buhay at tatanawin na rin kung saan man ako makakarating. Dito ko rin unang nakilala ang lalaking mamahalin ko ng buong pagkatao at buong buhay ko. This place taught me patience, value of hard work, friendship and family, and the most things in life. It was what shaped me to be what I was now. And all the other life lessons came from this tiny hole. I would love to talk or take all my favorite people here. Chris, ikaw naman dito. Kanino pa ako dito eh. Halos ihagis ng cook namin noon at ngayon ang mic ng video ko sa akin. Huh? Gumagabi na rin kasi. Lasing na rin ang karamihan at nakapalibot na sa isang long table. Marami na rin case ang naubos. Mas umiingay na ang kwentuhan. Mas tumataas ang score sa video, okay? Sir, kayo na lang. Kantsaw pa ng isa. Hindi, kayo na lang. Ngiti naman ni Gab na bahagya na rin namumula. Hinawakan ko ang hita nito nang umamba na namang tatanggap ng isa pang bote ng beer. Nilingon niya akong nakangisi sabay iling ng ibaba ang bote. He then reclined on his chair to sniff my hair a bit. Want to go home? His deep whispers. Your place or mine? I giggled, slightly flushed too. We had two options anyway. My old apartment that probably had another boarder, or his house where he keeps a caretaker. Chrissy, Sir Gab, ano yan ha? Naku, kayo, hindi pa kayo kumakanta. The mic was passed again but Gab was fast to stand up to declare our exit. Sobrang saya ko nung araw na yon. Kung pwede lamang ay wag nang umalis. Kung bukas ay pwede na ulit akong bumalik. Ngunit kinakailangan din naming bumalik sa Manila dahil may pasok na ako at may trabaho na siya kinabukasan. Nagpalipas lamang kami ng gabi sa bahay niya bago tumulak. Babalik kayo ha? Mamimiss ko ulit kayo. Sir Gab, dalian nyo lang ha? Mangiyak-ngiyak si Cindy habang hinahatid kami sa kotse. Babalik kayo ha? Mamimiss ko kayo. Paulit-ulit ni Cindy. Binalik ko sa kanya ang anak niya sabay ngiti. Si Sir Gab mo lang yata namimiss mo eh. Paano naman ako? Che, wag ka nga. Bayaran mo muna yung utang mo sa inaanak mo. Pinadilatan niya ako sabay yakap ng mahigpit. Mag-iingat po kayo sa biyahe, sir. Salamat po sa pagpunta. Paulit-ulit ni Cindy. Ay, maraming salamat din. Kayo na munang bahala rito, sabi ni Gab. Makakaasa po kayo, sir, madam. Kakaway-kaway ako sa buong crew habang papalayo na ang kotse. I kept smiling at Gab, begging him still to visit again this place next week. Hindi pa man din nakakalayo ay may natanggap na kaming tawag. It wiped out the smile on my face and my heart slowed down. At dito na po muna natin tatapusin ang ating pagbabasa sa ngayon. Kung nagustuhan mo ang episode na ito, pahit naman ang like button dyan at comment down below. At kung hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe sa aking channel, hit the subscribe button at bell all na rin para ma-notify ka sa mga bago nating upload. Maraming salamat sa pakikinig at hanggang sa muli.